Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो
He's done it. He's done it again. Just MS doing MS things. Taking Chennai into another final. What day is it? Tuesday. That's right. It's as regular as that. Their 10th final, this one. Double digits. And this team didn't play 2 seasons, remember. So, yeah, that's just where they live. I think that's the address on MS Dhoni's passport. IPL finals. It's going to happen on Sunday in Ahmedabad. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Pommie Mbangwa, Michael Vaughan on Cricbuzz Live. Jeez, that was smooth, yeah? They did it smooth.
It's ended up being plenty, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We said right at the halfway, we said, well, we're not sure if it's because they couldn't play those shots, they didn't play well, or if it was the pitch. The pitch was a bit on the difficult side, but made even more so by the marshalling of that attack. And once they'd done a good job in that power play, I need to stop there for you to do the formalities.
Yeah. All right, okay.
Yeah, come on.
So the first innings guess was Pommie's. He got it correct. For the second innings, it was Michael Vaughan with the power play one. So
There you go. Here's
Lucky GK. You got the food order right, so you did well.
that's right. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's the prize, eventually, isn't it? At the end of the day, remember what I believe in? Don't beat your guess. That's what I did. I would never do that. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. It's the 3 of us. Maybe tomorrow I'll change my mind. But MS Dhoni does not change his mind about getting into finals, about defending totals. When we look at this, and we had chats on a few things. Let's just talk about the GT batting first, because Pommie touched upon the CSK bowling and how the captain marshalled his troops. What about the Gujarat batting effort today?
I mean, Shubman Gill's in fine form, and even here, look at it, that's 42 from 38. That's not the Shubman Gill of the previous 2 games.
Yeah.
So I think when you see a player in form that's, right at the top of the game and he's struggling, it was obviously, I go back a few weeks, and Pommie mentioned it earlier in the show about when we found out that Chennai had the eliminators, we kind of knew what was going to happen. We knew that MS Dhoni would be playing a game, and guess what? They got the pitch they wanted.
Yeah.
That is the perfect wicket for Chennai.
Yeah.
A little bit grabby, 160 par-ish. They get just beyond. We thought it was below par, it was just beyond. And then you've got MS Dhoni to marshal the troops. You've got the spinners, you've got the cutters, you've got the slowers, you've got the wide deliveries hitting to the longer side. They know exactly how to play on that pitch. Perfect elimination venue, I would suggest, for Chennai.
Yeah.
And you also have a scenario where normally what you'd get is, we want to chase, and so you think you can, but actually you're giving away the advantage by allowing them to bat first. So everyone's doing what they want to do, but really on a day like today, where it's like that, I'm not being a sort of hindsight merchant, but as it's turned out, yes, you did what you wanted, but you'd rather on that pitch, because of the way it's played, you'd rather bat first.
And just go the last few days, the grounds person preparing that wicket, Chennai know the wicket that they want, and I'm sure they've had some input. And by the way, I know it's an eliminator, it's supposed to be impartial control. Of course you're going to get the pitch that you want.
Yeah.
They know that Gujarat are going to go back first. Chase. They know they're going to be wanting to chase a target.
That's
That's
right.
what they do. So,
Yeah.
a slow, lowish, sluggish wicket, you get somewhere near, and then you throw the ball to the seamers who can bowl lots of different kind of variations. And you've got these spinners that can bowl a few tricks. It was perfect for MS Dhoni.
Yeah, and of course a little bit of luck going their way as well. The luck went their way when they were batting. I think Devon Conway got 110% of his runs with edges, right? Still had to score them. He scored them. Things passing by the fielder, foot here and there. Whereas when Gujarat comes to bat, they're going to hand. Those things you don't create, but you must capitalize.
Yeah, and they did. I mean, it's one of the... If you look at this game and you think, okay, so who's dominated it and how?
Yeah.
Many a time we watch 2020 games and someone's batted really well and battered the opposition at the game, or they've turned up and they've grabbed 4 wickets pretty quickly in the game. it's that spin in the middle. It started out and you thought, you still got a chance. Maybe you haven't got the runs you wanted in the power play, but you can still work it out in the middle. But when that one ball, it was one ball that Jadeja bowled. It was short, and on a normal day, that goes out the ground.
Yeah.
And he's had to pull out of his shot, Shubman Gill, and it's turned, and he thought, oh dear. Don't think that's going to happen today.
This is a minefield.
Yeah.
It is. But Ravindra Jadeja, when the surface gives him a little bit, he's going to juice that lemon completely. And that's why he is our Omnigel relief and recovery performer of the match. 4 overs, 18 runs. He bowled 12 dots. So that's, 6,000 trees? 6,000 trees. 2 wickets, so an economy of 4.5, that's just gold. And of course, he batted as well. He got a few runs when he batted on a surface that obviously was not easy. But as a bowler, he just knows, right? His zone.
There's not many better. As soon as he sees, as Pommie mentioned, that ball that spun was we were in the green room, we went, oops, they're not getting these.
Yeah.
Because he has the ability to not only change his pace, he does spin the ball, but he's also got that one that goes straight on. So you imagine the ball that spins this far, and then the one that goes straight. You've probably got a metre difference.
Yeah.
As a batter, you're like, what's it going to do? You could see Shubman try to dance down a couple of times to strike it. Wasn't quite there. He played a beautiful sweep, actually. And I thought that was probably the right way to play him on that kind of surface, was just to try and sweep his length. But he's a brilliant bowler. He's been doing it for years. He's got that subtle run-up, and you can just watch the batter and just see what movement the batter's producing. He'll just fire it in, throw it out wide, go a bit slow when he sees the batter dancing down the wicket, fire it in sharp when he sees them go down earlier. He's a brilliant cricketer.
Yeah, that one that got Miller as well.
Yeah, and I think that's what Michael's talking about in terms of trying to adjust, right? Is it going to spin? Is it not? Is it one that's going to go straight? And somewhere in between, you could play anyway between sort of where it's going to spin to and when it doesn't turn. And he controls that at pace, right? So that's pretty difficult. It's a long time now, and it seems so far back to the guy who was going to captain the side and was all at sea because he had to be the leader of this team. Doing what he needs to do here, walk in, smash some, bowl some,
catch
left
some,
arm spin, catch some, run people out, all happy days.
There are some cricketers that get the captaincy. And I'm a big fan of the rock star. But there are some cricketers, when I see them, go, oh no. He doesn't need to be the captain.
Yeah.
He almost captains by performance. He does everything.
Yeah.
Ben Stokes is captain in England incredibly. But I would never have him down 2 or 3 years ago to be a captain. But he's been a standout, mostly all-rounders. You just want them to be all-round cricketers. They're leading by example anyway.
Yeah.
Particularly someone like Jadeja, as soon as he got the camera, I thought, no, he to me looks like a cheeky chappy.
Yeah.
And I like to keep those kind of characters in the dressing room being cheeky. And sometimes when you get the captaincy, it happened to Joe Root.
Yeah.
When Joe Root suddenly got the England captaincy, he was the cheeky chappy before he got the captaincy. He gets the captaincy, he goes all serious. You go, well, that's not you.
Yeah.
You want them to try and just carry on. But I was quite happy when MS got the captaincy back.
But Jadeja on the field, well, he's electric, and he was today, and that's why he's our Omnigel relief and recovery performer of the match. He ensured that there was no dud for fans. And, by the way, I just got to say, just an aside, he bowled this over really quick. How slow was Chennai that even then they got docked? Because Jadeja bowls his overs like a minute and over.
Yeah.
Right? And you have still overtime.
2 overs. Yeah, we were discussing this, and it might well have been the case of off the field. I remember it happening to Adam Zampa, Rajasthan Royals up in Dharamshala.
Yeah.
Go off the field. He had a hip issue. Go off the field and try and get it attended to, and you do it in your spell. So I'll get back the next over, and then a wicket falls. So too much time goes by. So within the 8 minutes, you're fine. You can get back, and you're all right. But if it goes 9 minutes, then you've got a problem. You've got to spend the 9 minutes on the field before you can bowl again.
And do you know what? The best thing you can do with that situation is have a 9-minute conversation with the umpire. That is what you do.
No, actually, it's not so much. It's not a 9-minute conversation you're having, because the guy will have been back on the field and he'll have been on for 6 minutes, and you need him to be on for 9.
Well, it's a bit of a game.
3-minute
It's a bit obvious when you see that MS has got a watch on with an alarm on it. To be fair, I'd have done the same. It's just kind of within the spirit, without the spirit. It's just one of those things. It happens.
Yeah.
The one thing that I totally disagree with is this rule that you bring an extra field in just for the last over.
Yeah.
Firstly, I said it earlier on in the.
We're back at it again.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
You should lose a fielder off the pitch, and it should be at the moment. As soon as the time's
When the time's up.
Yeah.
If it's the 16th over, you should lose that fielder for the last 4 overs. Why just the last over?
Yeah.
And you have to bring that extra fielder into the circle. It doesn't make sense.
Down to 10 men. Bring it
Yeah.
down to 10 men.
Red card.
We
Prison.
will.
We
Yeah.
said to prison.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe we even go a fielder per over you're slow.
Oh.
How about that?
So by the end,
Hey,
there's a bowler and a wicket keeper.
Get a move on.
nobody.
Let's move along.
It's like walking the plank with like pirates. Next, boom. Next one over, gone. By the way, what we'll do is that we will re-up the reel that we made. There was Joy, you and me sitting right here talking about in case, because there was a time in the middle where these games were taking like 18 hours to finish, right? So we were upset about it. So we did suggest things like putting them to prison, giving them a red card, sending them off. I think I may have even suggested throw them to the lions, right, off with his head. We did a lot. So we'll push that reel up again. In case you're interested in our solutions, just CC, ICC,
It was the
CC, BCC.
It was the captain. We decided that the captain had to go to prison.
That's right.
But we did
Go
say
straight to jail.
we'd feed him.
I said quarantine.
No,
I
just
said
feed
lock
him.
him up
We
in a
give him
hotel room.
food.
Oh, you'd give him food, not feed him to the lions.
No.
No.
Right.
I mean, if we're spitballing ideas, why
just
not?
wondering.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? All right, let's have a quick look at the bowlers for Chennai because they were spectacular. And I think the two of you just pointed one of the first T20 games or the T20 game in the longest that you remember where 10 bowlers have bowled 4 overs each, right? It's 10 into 440, easy math. Because you always have 6, 7, sometimes 8 bowlers per side, but that's what they did today, and they got it done so nicely. Look at that, Ravindra Jadeja, we spoke about him. His 4 overs for 18 picked up 2 wickets, 2 for Tikshana, 2 for Patirana, 1 for Deshpande towards the end, and 2 for Deepak Chahar. Excuse me. And there was the 1 run out. So that was it. They did. They ran through all 10, did they? I thought they were 9 down in the end. Weren't they?
No, they were all like, they took the catch, didn't
Oh, that was it.
Back
Last
in,
ball. Yeah. So, yeah.
they? Yeah.
I was not looking at the last ball.
Looking
You
at-
went running, yeah.
Excellent ball. I'm just looking at the 50 dot balls. And on that kind of wicket, I think Gujarat will look at that.
25,000 trees.
Yeah, yeah. So they've created a lot of trees, but I think they could have batted a little bit better, just rotating the strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a green team.
Yeah.
They're saving the planet, but they should have known to rotate strike better than
They
that.
saved themselves.
I'm pretty sure at the halfway half they didn't go and say, look, what we're going to do in the second half, we're going to save the planet.
That's true. They
That is the
did.
goal.
I don't think anybody had that chat.
Forget the IPL final. It's about today saving the planet.
Saving the planet.
We'll play properly on Friday.
Yeah. Go green. Go green. But yeah, an all-round good bowling effort by all of them. In the field as well, a couple of good catches taken, Pommie. There was that catch by, there was the run out by Senapati, that catch by Ruturaj Gaikwad. There was the catch by Deepak Chahar. That last ball, I did see it actually. It was a good running catch by him. So good fielding effort as well. So they were on today.
Yeah, good, and had to be, I think, because GT bats so long. As the game goes along, somewhere along the line, there's sort of a couple of hits here. There are those overs that go for quite a few runs. And you're thinking, oh, I wonder if this is going to turn. I wonder if this is the partnership. And so when the ball goes up, you think, oh, are they going to be lucky as well? It was you was talking about how, with them batting, it will land just short or it'd be just... But who was it? Gaikwad's catch particularly. Run in, dive in, take the catch. And it breaks a partnership which could have been dangerous and put these bowlers under pressure. I don't know if it would have made MS look to go to somebody else, but it could have put them under pressure. The deeper they take that, then the better it is for a Tawatia who comes in or a Rashid Khan who comes in at the back.
Is it just, we're trying to save the planet, is it worth Chennai not taking their subs to Ahmedabad? Because they're not going to make any changes.
That's true. Yeah. Reduce the carbon footprint.
Just keep them in Chennai, watch it on the big screen.
Yeah, that's true. Go with 12 people. Maybe 1 or 2 to run some water.
Well, DJ Bravo needs to be there. He was celebrating at the end. He's a good.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a good party.
I think he's good enough to just run onto the field anywhere, right?
You'll feel
and
for
play.
them.
Yeah,
You feel for them.
yeah, just a little bit. We have to talk about Rashid Bhai because got to talk about Rashid Bhai. Got to talk about that innings in the end. Gee, he's such an entertainer. Look at him with the bat.
Oh, I think he's more than that. I've said for years in T20 cricket, he's underutilised.
Yeah.
He comes in and plays these brilliant cameras, and players down the back end the last 4 overs, we've seen it. The white cap players, that can come and strike sixes. He'll probably, I don't know, how is the white cap going on? Who's winning that?
Rinku Company.
Rinko Company.
Yeah,
All right, so Rinko gets it, but I bet Rashid's, Khan's figures are excellent. I just think he's got such a gift to be able to hit the ball in awkward areas. I mean, even the shot that he plays to get out to.
Yeah.
He goes to the deep boundary, square the wicket on the offside, travelling, probably would have landed just short, one bounce four. But he's got the skills to hit spin, pace, and what he does, he manoeuvres himself around the crease. So as you're running up as a bowler, you've got no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea what he's going to try and achieve. And he's got that little flick he can get fine on the onside. He's got those scoops that he takes over third.
And today also...
And he can whack it over long on. He's a proper player.
He's got all the shots, and you always keep thinking, and I'm a big fan of Rashid's batting. You say it all the time, bring him in higher, bring him in higher. You can see him today. Nobody's played with that kind of strike rate. It's not like he's got 4 of 2 and you go, oh, 200 strike rate. He's got proper 30 runs at 180 plus strike rate. Everybody else, through the innings, Shubman Gill has not been able to hit it like that. Everyone's going at around 110. This guy's in orbit.
Yeah, the whole game's not at
Yeah.
180. I mean, don't just look at his team, look at the Chennai
Yeah.
side as well,
Just
where
going through that, yeah.
there's been difficulty, and right at the back end they strike some and away they go. But he is a good player. For a long time, I think he angled, whether it was in that Sunrisers side or wherever he plays, he's always angling to get up the order.
Yeah.
And nobody listens.
I'm amazed someone's not had a go with it.
Nobody
why.
listens.
I mean, the reason why is most of the teams that he plays in, because of his bowling, they're winning. They win lots of games. So if he was in a really bad team, you'd be tinkering for different formations and different combinations. He probably would get a run at number 4 or 3. Just give him a go.
Yeah.
But generally, he's in teams that win a lot.
Yeah.
So they don't
He
need
just
to change.
makes the teams better when he goes there.
I agree.
Betty Border.
Do you remember Kolkata decided somewhere along the line that they'd just go with Narayan, go to the top of the order, and it suddenly opened up the spot for them in the team. So instead of him turning up as one of those 4 bowlers, and your all-rounder, you could add another batter because he'd go in up at the top, and you could have somebody else. There was your all-rounder, or you could add another bowler if you wanted. They didn't add one because he was enough. He'd kind of get 3 for nothing all the time. And then he'd strike at 160 all the time, just go and whack all the seamers. And you'd be like, whoa, hold on. What have we got here as a side? Suddenly this side's that much stronger because the batting lineup, which was really decent, is now even longer. For Gujarat, it could work in kind of the same way.
We can campaign for that.
Yeah.
We can campaign. Yeah, if there's one station that can really campaign for Rashid to go up the order, it's us.
Yeah, let's do it. I've been
think we
doing it
can do
alone for really long. Join me, my friends. Come with me.
Hashtag move Rashid.
Up to the top.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah. Let's get it going.
Rashid at 4.
Yeah, let's get it moving.
Send him up. Send him up at 3. Captain's coming at 3, right? Captain's taking
Oh,
responsibility.
and
send Rashid
hey,
at 3.
haven't we been saying how we want to see Hardik doing Hardik things at number 5?
Yeah.
Swap them round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
swap them around. So that'd be nice, eh?
Bring it. Bring it. Will they do it, though, on Friday? I really doubt it. We're saying this experiment maybe next year, right? Do it next year, because now it becomes a do-or-die game for them on Friday, because the Friday game for them is what Arnold Schwarzenegger calls the eliminator. So that is an eliminator and a qualifier. It's both. It's both.
Yes.
Because the one who wins qualifies, the one who loses gets eliminated. So what are you going to call it? Are you a glass half full or glass half empty kind of person?
You kind of merge the two at the beginning. So qualifier, eliminator is the next one.
It's a bit of both, right, isn't it? But so Michael, my question is, do Gujarat have anything to worry about after the game today?
I wouldn't be too concerned. I think the pitch they'll find on Friday is completely different.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this pitch today was a very much a Chennai kind of surface. Friday's pitch, if I was them, I'd look at it the real positive. You win on Friday on the same venue that you're playing the final, massive momentum going into the final.
Yeah.
So that's how I'd look at it. I think the pitch will suit their style of play a little bit more. But of course, it's pressure. It's the one-off. The great thing about tonight's game was you've got another chance.
Yeah.
So that if there's a slight bit of complacency, you could kind of say, yeah, all right, you can have it in today's game. Friday's all about the players turning up and performing.
Yeah, because as they say, and I've heard it, you get 2 chances to go to the final. So Gujarat has obviously earned that by virtue of being on top of the table, is what I hear on commentary sometimes, like 2 bites of the cherry. What does that even mean? Who's eating a cherry in 2 bites? How small is your mouth? Cherry, not a plum.
Maybe it's a squirrel. A squirrel could. How can a squirrel take more than 2?
Really? Even a cherry for a squirrel. If it's a plum, I get it.
No, a squirrel, because they like nibbling, don't they?
Yeah. Probably take 10 bites. You don't have time to do 10 qualifiers and eliminate us.
What was it? You had, some time ago, you had like this whole political conversation and something else on the show. Now you're going to have a whole English expressions kind of.
Yeah.
No, but he's correcting that one.
He's trying to.
I'm going to, actually, after the show, I'm going to Google it. I want to know where it's come from.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, but you'll find there'll be many an English expression that you would think that of, as there are many an English word that we think that of.
Like Henderson's relish.
Well, there you go.
We have no idea what it means, but apparently it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's very tasty.
Look, we've lost Michael again. Back to food.
What was the
We've lost
description?
Michael.
All I say is good luck trying to get it in India.
Yeah.
If you can get Henderson's relish in India,
Will you
show me where you can get it.
Will you hook me up?
What was it? What was the description? It's the best non-alcoholic something.
Beverage.
Beverage,
It's
yeah.
the best non-alcoholic liquid. available.
Liquid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liquid.
And there's the Henderson family sitting somewhere in UK hiccuping right now. Going, why is our stock going up? Uptick. I promise you, we have not bought shares. This is not. Don't report us, right? This is not insider trading. Okay, coming back to, of course, Chennai. Chennai is obviously going to take a lot of confidence into it. Imagine, this team was number 9 last year. And when they started, you kept saying, oh man, what's going to happen? Dikshana had not come. Patirana, I don't think even Patirana was there. Deepak Chahar was not there.
Injuries, yeah.
Obviously.
All injuries, yeah. Stokes, injured.
So they're trying to scrape together this bowling attack, which looked so promising a few months ago, but then injuries, and then suddenly it starts coming together. Dikshana comes, Patirana comes in, he becomes a death bowler, Deepak Chahar comes. So suddenly you don't have that much inexperience in your bowling attack because you've got Rashid, you've got Moeen Ali anyway, and it just all starts coming together at the right time.
And that's kind of been their trademark, hasn't it? That as they've gone along.
Did I say Rashid? Did I say Rashid?
You said Rashid, but
said Rashid.
we know you don't mean him.
I mean
for their side.
Ravinder.
Yeah, you mean Jadeja. But yeah, they kind of back their guys, don't they? And you know, when you look at other teams that have not done so well this season, and you look at the number of changes of the various sides, you have to ask yourself the question that when you turn up and you decide that this is your best 11/12, what happens for you to then think 2 games later they're not?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what happens? I mean, I don't know what happens. And year after year, we watch at Chennai do the same sort of thing, kind of pick the same guys, and that's why they're just about every time in the playoffs and in the finals. We watch a new franchise in Gujarat who did exactly the same thing, and they are successful. Here they are. They're going to play the qualifier eliminator, at home in Ahmedabad. So why do the other teams not do that? I wonder what happens.
Panic.
It's such a good question, though, because we've seen it, and everybody knows. Like, you'd wake up a 5-year-old from his sleep, and he'd tell you that, don't change your team so much. Don't play 20 of your 25 people. Yet it just happens, and you think it's just that.
I think it's panic. I think it's, I think it's pressure of the owners, pressure of the coaches, desperate to try and win.
That's a great point, by the way, that you make pressure the owners, because that can happen as well.
Without any question, I think this is the most high-profile, pressurised tournament. I look at someone like Harry Brook, who's a brilliant player. I've seen a player that's looked so much under pressure in this tournament. I mean, he got that 100, he played great at the top of the order. And then he just went 0-1-0, got 0 just the other night. I'm not looking, that's not Harry Brook. And I think it's just the pressure. Yeah. Big numbers, he's on a lot of money. Probably hears noise from outside the team environment that he's never heard in international cricket, back playing at home at Yorkshire, where, you know, playing county cricket, I mean, you don't ever hear from the board of the county. I mean, you never heard of conversation. Whereas here in the IPL, I think you probably do hear in the team, oh, the owner wants X in and the owner wants Y in, particularly when you lose a game or two. So it's quite an easy one for me that you do look at the consistent teams over the course of the IPL history, Mumbai, Chennai, and generally they have consistency. The teams that are very inconsistent are inconsistent in terms of selection. And when you see someone like KKR who had, 8 different opening combinations this year in the IPL, probably the same last year, maybe more, you think you've got your auction completely wrong. Yeah. You've got it completely wrong, because if I'm doing an auction, you know, Pommie would be sat there going, right, opening combination, bat and ball, who do we want? All right, yeah, that's locked away. Spinners in the middle, right, any spinners who can bowl in the power play, right, we need left arm, right, oh, okay, that's it pretty much sorted. And you'll have, all right, so if these 3 or 4 at the top, one of them fails, this is one that goes in there. Yeah. These are the bowling combinations, if this doesn't work. So you're only really looking at 3 or 4 changes throughout the whole of the IPL. Yeah. When I think Delhi have used 23 players. Yeah. I mean, how'd you get to using 23 players? And I didn't even think they had that many in the squad. I mean, Ricky Ponting, did he play a couple of games at the back end? I mean, I'm looking going, how do you play 23 players? You're only playing 14 games. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And you also have teams that go from being, sort of bowler heavy and end up batting heavy. Yeah. In the course of 14 games. Do you know what I mean? So at the start of the tournament, you're going, our bowling's going to win it, right? Yeah. And at the end of the tournament, you've packed all your overseas players in the batting. And you're like, well, how's that happened? Yeah. So, when did you change course? And having given the first kind of course 7 games or 6 games, and it's failed, right? It's not had enough time or whatever it is. Why do you think it's going to work the other way around and you're going to have enough time when you're fast running out of it?
We have to. So the IPL is, I'd say every cricket competition in the world is run by cricket people. The players, the management make cricketing decisions. This tournament, there are decisions made by business people in terms of cricket decisions. So you've got real die-hard, fantastic business people who are putting millions and millions of pounds into the tournament, fantastic, but they suddenly become cricket experts.
Yeah. But remember, we are India. We have 1.4 billion people and 1.5 billion cricket experts.
How many cherries?
How many cherries?
We've got 2 cherries for everyone, so that's 4 bites each. All right? 4 bites each for you. Well, tomorrow, there's only 1 bite of the cherry for both Lucknow and Mumbai. You got to win this to go ahead. You lose this, you go home. That's why they call this the, Pommie? Eliminator. Michael, you want to try it? You got to. Come on.
Eliminator.
Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. I'll be back. But tomorrow, these 2 teams, if you lose, you will not be back. You got to win it tomorrow.
You will be back home.
You'll be back home. I like it. I'll be back. You call your wife. I'll be back in a few hours. The game, of course, happening. Now, this is the worry, right? Is this happening at the same pitch as today then? Because if this is how it's played today, tomorrow it's going to be even lower and slower.
Do they use the same pitch? It's not the same pitch. I saw one that was 2 beside it.
Was it 2 along?
Yeah.
But
surely they've got to.
There's also a thing of, and people, I don't know if people know this, there's also a thing about setting up the Hawkeye, calibrating that, the cameras, all of them, 30, 40 cameras. There's a lot of broadcast kind of hoops. And you may say, the cricket's more important than the broadcast. But if the cricket is happening and you can't see it...
Why is it that hard to move a camera 2 meters?
He just doesn't know, does he?
I mean, seriously.
It's okay. So I think that call would be made tonight. Yeah. It wouldn't be a sort of wait till tomorrow or whatever.
They've already made it.
Yeah, they'd make that call. And I would even go further to say the idea might well have been we're going to play both games on this one pitch. And then having seen what happens on the pitch, there would then have to be somebody to say, hold on, we saw what that did. seeing as we did prepare a second, we need to move this.
Yeah.
And we need to go to another pitch to give both these two teams. It's not even like one of them is.
And we just need a few people to carry a camera.
We need,
Not
we need.
a camera. They're not shooting this on phones. It's
Don't,
like,
don't worry
Talking about the biggest cricket
Don't worry
competition
about
in the
Michael.
world.
Don't worry about
And we're going to
Don't
play
worry
we're going to play a huge game on a beach. Come on.
on a beach.
yeah, well, there's your pitch review. You're giving it a demerit point. If they play on the same one tomorrow.
I thought tonight it was interesting because it brought a little bit of life for the ball, and I think we need a bit of balance. But I think in 24 hours, it's the same game on that pitch.
No, you can't do it.
No, I'm not.
You've got to move it.
If it's the same pitch, 145 batting first, we'll win the game.
And yeah, I agree with that actually. So, and you don't want that, right? And that's not what you want. So, as I say, I think that call would be made, and quite clearly, us sitting here would be saying, "We're making this call. You prepared that second one. We'll use the second one fresh."
We're quite powerful. We've decided the pitch is moving.
Yep, we've moved it.
You're powerful. You've got mates at high places.
And we're recalibrating the cameras and everything tonight before everybody goes to sleep.
The pitch is not moving.
Yeah.
The cameras are moving. The pitches stay where they are. Right, let them be. Moving the pitch may take a little longer than moving the camera. All right, let's have a look at the Lucknow team, see if they make any changes. Remember that they, of course, are being captained by Krunal Pandya there. They've got Quinny at the top. Nicholas Puran's been in great form. Their youngsters, Prerak Mankar, has been impressive. Looks like they would play the same team, or do you think that they would try to get maybe another spinner in? I don't know. What do you think they'd do? They get a spinner in as, I think last time they got Yudhvir as the impact sub. Maybe this time they'll get Amit Mishra, if this surface requires.
Although, yeah, that surface has been all right. It hasn't necessarily turned a great deal.
Yash was? Oh, okay.
You know, so, yeah, I think they'll probably go as they are. I don't see too many changes. They wanted Naveen in. Remember last time they wanted Naveen in for the back end, and he does really well at the back end. He's a feisty character and a fighter. So yeah, I think they'd go the same.
They've got Gautam and Krunal, and if this is the kind of surface, I mean, I'm guessing even if they're using the neighbouring surface, it'll probably be kind of similar. Krunal Pandya is a great bowling option here as well, because he's very clever the way he uses the surface.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got good combinations. That's why they're at this stage of the tournament. I just look at the three international batters are the key. Quinton de Kock, Puran, Stoiner's been in good form. I think I'm intrigued. The captain wins tomorrow. He plays against his bro on Friday night.
Yeah.
So that's
and I think he's done a great job.
That's a cherry to go for, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is 2 bites at the cherry. For the Pandya family. I think he's done really well as a skipper. Krunal, he's a bit understated. There was the one game. Remember the one game where he was injured and he sort of had to bowl his 4 overs, but every time he bowled, he kind of had to go off to go and get seen to and come back on again. And even when he was on the side, he was sort of half trying to captain from the side of the field, and then kind of got through the game on the park. But despite being injured, he's okay now, of course, and his overs are important. But his innings, there have been a couple of innings here and there that have been important for the team as well, where he just kind of holds it together. Yeah. So, yeah.
They're quite a fiery team, aren't they, Lucknow? I mean, I saw their social media post after the RCP lost.
They've been going at it.
Yeah, I think something if you can take it or something like that. Is that right?
Something about taking it or just leaving it. Giving it, taking it, or leaving it.
They're quite a feisty unit.
Yeah.
Andy Flower, Gambia.
Yeah, Gambia.
Yeah, they're serious. When you say they're a serious team, they're a serious team.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're serious. But Mumbai, on the other side, where Krunal will obviously be motivated because he's playing against his former team. It kind of brings it out in you. And there you go. Of course, Rohit Sharma got a few runs. Surya Kumar Yadav, blazing form. Ishan Kishan, Nehal Vadera has been kind of the find for them after Tilak Verma was injured and went out. Tiny Tim's been great. Cameron got the big century. But it's their bowlers, right? We're looking at their bowlers. And with their bowlers, Pommie, Akash Madhwal, right?
What?
Unheard of. Huh?
Turned up from nowhere.
Yeah, literally.
Unbelievable bowler. I love him. I saw him the first time they brought him on, and he kind of bowled at the back end, and that's why they brought him in. And he bowled for the first time the back end of a game. I can't remember who it was against. And they ran out and went, whoops. Gone, oh, hello. Who's this guy? Yeah. Where's this guy from? And have watched since, and he's just grown in stature since, and has kept his place as well. And not only now does he bowl at the back end, he bowls up at the front, and whoa, away we go when he's up at the front. Skiddy character, so he's not tall, so you don't expect, it doesn't come bouncing nicely at you. It just skids at you. And it's also a bit quicker than you think. You think, what will he be, 130s, 135? No, it's quicker than that. It's 140. And so gets at you. So yeah, good bowler.
I mean, that bowling attack on paper is not a bowling attack that you would expect to be competing in the final of the IPL.
Yeah, true.
You just look at it and think, oh.
Yeah, because they're missing Bumrah, they're missing Archer. So
yeah, it's not
plan. That's too.
Chow's been excellent for them. He's the key. I mean,
Benjamin Button.
He just kind of rocks up and flicks it out and bowls beautifully. But that batting lineup, I mean, that is an IPL batting lineup with cherries on the top. That is an incredible batting lineup. Whatever the pitch is tomorrow, and whatever they're asked to either set or chase, that lineup can chase anything.
They've really chased 200 plus scores.
And I think, you've got all the strikers, and you've got Surya Kumar Yadav, for me, the best at the minute T20 player in the world. I just think he's that good. But I thought Rohit getting a few runs in the last game could be pivotal.
Yeah.
Because Rohit, even though he's been quiet, he's nowhere near his best. He's the kind of player that if he just comes right now, and he came right in the last game, you could see him going, score, and winning them the IPL. He's that good a player, and he's got that big game mentality that, with Rohit Sharma, when the lights start to flash and the trophy starts to shine, he starts to smile. Yeah,
and he smiled quite a bit because he's got 5 trophies, so he also knows a thing or two about playing these pressure games. All right, players to watch out for, 1 each.
Oh, that's a tough one, actually. I'm going to go Quinny de Kock. Yeah, that's
okay. And Mumbai?
Mumbai, I'll go to the top of the order again, and I'm going to go with Rohit, actually. Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, I was going to go Rohit. I'm going to go the best bat swing in world cricket, Pooran.
All right.
Glorious player. And I've got to go Sky.
Okay, Pooran and Sky.
Yeah.
Just want to tell you that Mahendra Singh Dhoni, after the game, was, of course, asked, favourite question, always asked, is this your last game at Chepauk? And he said that I have 8 or 9 months to decide whether I will play the next IPL or not. Why take that headache now?
He's got everybody right there. Here you go. I have a cherry. You can have 2 bites. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so that's what he has said. And he's also said, and this is going to make Chennai fans very happy, of course. He said, this is my team. It will always be my team. Either I'll play it or I'll be on the field or outside the field. Paraphrasing.
Did his press conference last 9 minutes?
Yeah. Cheeky chap, eh? Cheeky. Naughty. Oh, this is what we say. Naughty. He's been naughty. All right, the joy factor question, can we bring that up? I'm very keen to know the answer. We got a few Twitter responses, right?
Yeah.
Which 2 brothers made their international debut on the same day but from different countries? That's a good question.
They got it straight away on Twitter.
Solid question, though.
We didn't get it.
We didn't get it.
But we got one thing right. We said it'd probably be England because they're either calling players or they're sending players or they keep doing this. Trading window open 12 months a year.
We're like the Good Samaritans. We just like bringing people in, helping them out, just being kind.
Let's see the answer. This is the answer. Ed Joyce for England and Dom Joyce for Ireland. It was an ODI in Belfast in 2006. All right. And who was the one who pressed the Belfast to answer that question? Sharat Shetty. Congratulations. Well done, Sharat. First on the buzzer. So, yeah, you got that right. Good job. Let's clap. So today was basically a Joyce factor question. Right? That's what it was. Good job, Joy. Didn't phone it in today. Nice one. He'll have another question tomorrow. We'll have a lot tomorrow as well. We're all coming back here. What are you looking at?
I've just stood in the bar, actually. Behind me, it's lovely.
At the bar?
Yeah, this bar here with the
stools. It's not really a bar, you know that.
No, I know bars.
Because the bar is actually behind my chair. That's where
Lovely interior design here.
Said too much. What's the time?
Nearly time to play paddle, so can we go?
Yes, it's time to play paddle is code for. Yeah. So we're going to scoot now and we're going to see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Cricbuzz Live. Do join us then. Tomorrow is, of course, the eliminator between Lucknow and Mumbai. So we're going to be here. Big thank you to both Pommie and Michael. Thank you so much. It's past 12, so I'm going to see you in a few hours. What was that? I like that.
Salute.
It was a snake salute.
Yep.
Snake salute. All right. I'm Gaurav Kapur and I don't beat my guests. See you tomorrow.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
Chennai Hyderabad Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दें